Most people make the classic mistake of the first job that comes along syndrome. So first job that comes along syndrome is where you just are so happy to get a job, you don't know the difference between a good job and a bad job, so you just take it. Raise your hand if you're on this live and you're like, I'm guilty of that. I've taken a job, didn't really understand, but it sounded good, it paid, and I took the job. Then you get in there and you figure out exactly what you don't want. And the problem with that is that that experience is like a rock. And I'm going to show you what I mean. I always keep this on my desk because when people come to me, this is what their brain is like. It's full of these really, really heavy rocks of things that have happened that have made them doubt themselves in their career. And so the first job that comes along syndrome is one of those rocks because now you're like, dang, I made a bad decision. You didn't make a bad decision. You just at the time didn't have enough information to make an informed decision. You learned a lot from this experience. You start to learn what you don't want in a job. So now you think you've got a sense of what you don't want. You start looking for another job. Well, this is the moment where you've started down the wrong path. Because now what you're doing is job after job after job, just trying to avoid the things you don't want. What we need to do is stop you right there, clear the slate, drop the rocks, and say, who are you as a professional? How do you like to create value? What lights you up? What would a day look like where work didn't feel like work? In order to get that information out of you, there's a whole bunch of things that we need to learn. For example, we need to look at the priority career plays in your life. Is it a job, just pays the bills? Is it a career, you want some satisfaction? Or is it a calling, like you want it to really be a big part of your life? You also need to figure out your work preferences, your learning preferences, how you like to learn in the job, your communication style, your personality in the workplace, the way you like to create value on the job, the types of tasks that you prefer doing. There are all these things that you need to self-assess because you are not your best friend. You are not your siblings. You are not your parents. So what happens is people don't do this self-assessment, and unfortunately they don't do it in school either. And so you default to what other people tell you. And this begins the journey of career dissatisfaction. And this is where you hear a lot about career crisis, where people get 2 or 3 jobs into a career and they're like, oh my gosh, I hate this. How do I get out? Well, the problem is career continuity, folks, because companies hire you based on your past experience. So when you start to go down a far road of trial and error, only to realize this is the wrong path for you, switching careers is not that easy. It's essentially starting over, and who wants to start over? Nobody, because you've started to build a lifestyle around the income you were making. I see this every day. I've been doing this for 20 years. So the solution is to do some deep self-assessment. Now I'm going to give you 2 free tools to do today. Totally free to do. All right. They're 2 free tools. One is my personality quiz. It's going to tell you what your dominant communication style is in the workplace. All right. It's called the ISAT, the Interaction Style Assessment Test. You can go Google it, right? Or you can go over to my site, workitdaily.com. You'll see a link for the quizzes at the top. This quiz is going to help you understand your personality traits and what they lend to in the workplace. Because if you're more of a contemplator, right, then super extroverted jobs where you have to talk to millions of people that are going a mile a minute all day is not going to appeal to you. But somebody like an energizer would absolutely love that job. So you're going to learn if you're a contemplator, a commander, an energizer, an empathizer, and we're going to send you information totally free. Just take the quiz and you'll get the information and you'll start to understand that about yourself. You'll also start to see why you like some jobs more than others. Also why you get along with certain people in the office better than others. There's like lots of things to unpack when you understand personalities in the workplace. Okay, so that's the first quiz. The second quiz I want you to take today is the Career Decoder. Now, let me tell you the story about how the Career Decoder came to be, because over 200,000 people have taken this quiz, and it's deadly accurate. Back in 2015, we were doing a lot of career coaching with people who were making a career change, and they would say, I don't know what I like. I don't know what I want to do. So we took that information, and I built this quiz to help you figure out what you prefer to do in the workplace. So it's a would you rather quiz. In this situation, would you rather do this or this, this or this? And when you're done, there are 8 workplace personas, 8 ways we like to create value on the job, 8 ways that companies pay us money to do work. Now we can do all 8 of them, but we don't enjoy all 8 of them. So when you can figure out what your top 3 preferred ways are to create value in the workplace, your top 3 workplace personas, now we can take that result, along with your communication style, your personality style results, put them together and start to tell you what kind of jobs you're a good fit for. So this workplace persona quiz is a game changer. And you really want to take that quiz along with the personality quiz in order to start to unlock who you are as a professional. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, if you go take these 2 free quizzes, again, Google search or go over to workitdaily.com, you'll see the quizzes, or they're linked in my bio, or maybe they're linked in the resource link down here. You can go take these 2 quizzes and very quickly, I'm talking in a matter of minutes, start to have some serious aha moments around why you like certain types of work, why you hate other types of work.